Alright, so it's finally time to us to check out Macy's potential in Guild Quest, and spoiler alert, she is quite exceptional. It shouldn't really come as a surprise that Macy is a Guild Quest nuker, and keep in mind she can be used in 3 types of Guild Quests: the ranged and nearly no affiliation Guild Quests, and also the Squad Zero / Stern Ritter / Quincy / Human Guild Quests. The latter obviously being carried by Yamamoto, but still, if you want to have some fun and nuke with Macy, that definitely is a possibility, and we're going to explain why she is a great nuker for this Guild Quest game modes. And for those that are maybe new to the game and don't know what I mean when I say nuke, what I mean by that is you go into a guild quest, you press your soul bomb, you sync up with your character's strong attacks, and boom, you're able to get through to potentially all 5 waves with 1 soul bomb, or get to the 5th wave, and therefore you're able to complete guild quests in less than 5 seconds. So firstly, what you will notice is that Macy can inflict weakening on her soul bomb. And since soul bombs guarantee the proc of a status element, that allows herself and also your 2 side characters to do 50% more damage to those enemies that are afflicted by that particular element. Alongside that, Macy then also does 80% more damage to enemies that are afflicted by weakening and also paralysis, and that comes from these 2 particular skills. Alongside that, when she does inflict the status element, she then gets an 80% stat boost to her spiritual pressure stat. She then of course has weakened defense, which allows you and your teammates to do 30% more damage to the enemies that are hit by a soul bomb, which you can then double up with a bonus ability, so you're doing 60% more damage with the double weakened defense applied. And then rounding out the character's soul bomb, she then has devastation plus 40, so her soul bomb is just doing 40% more damage. With that, she is able to be a very powerful nuke in Guild Quest, despite not actually having bombardment. That's a big thing about this character. Compared to all the other nukers in Guild Quest, they have bombardment, and therefore, their soul bombs hit 8 times instead of the usual 4 times. Macy's soul bomb can only hit 4 times, but that doesn't stop her from getting through all 5 waves, and that's mainly due to how the game was designed. If you are wondering how a full hit soul bomb can go through 5 waves of Guild Quests, there's actually a whole Reddit post on Reddit which I will link in the description. But simply put, when you defeat a wave of enemies, the next wave spawns in so quickly that you can actually hit them with the attack that defeated the last wave. And that essentially allows Macy to be able to be used in Guild Quest to nuke all 5 waves, despite only having a 4 hit soul bomb. But with that out of the way, now let's have a look at the team. In this case, Macy of course is going to be our main lead, and due to that, the accessories that we are going to use on her is a tension tie, a Kamari, and also a no affiliation sticker. The links are mainly going to include full stamina links, in this case Shinji to give us 30% full stam, Chad to give us 25% full stamina damage, and Ikaku to give us an additional 20% more full stamina damage. This is important because this allows her to do more damage on her soul bomb. The bonus abilities are full stamina and also weakened defense. And then our next character, 1000 Year Blood Uryu, only 3 out of 5, so he can get better, but in this case he does have level 10 attack, focus, and also SP. His build is very similar. In this case he's using the Spirit Stick, a fortification build, and also sticker effects. And then once more also has a good set of full stam and also strong attack damage soul traits. And with these links, it's just increasing his strong attack damage output by quite a lot, and that's important because he's on our team to do strong attack damage. And then rounding up the team, a very similar build just for Soripas this time, very similar links to just strong attack damage and also full stamina damage. Bonus abilities on both Uryu and also Ichigo are full stam and also damage to weakened enemies, because in this case, Macy can inflict weakening on her soul bomb. But jumping into the run, the breakdown is very simple. We go in, use our soul bomb, and if we use it correctly at the same time where Ichigo and also Uryu use their strong attacks, it is going to nuke through all 5 waves, and we basically just defeat the quest with 1 soul bomb. It's very consistent. I did do a lot of runs with this particular team, and more often than not, I was actually able to get through the 5th wave very, very easily. More so actually consistently when compared to someone like Burn the Witch Noel, for example. The Christmas Noel, who's also known for being a really hard-hitting soul bomb and has been the main go-to nuker for the no affiliation week until basically right now, because Macy, at least in the runs that I was doing, was more consistent in nuking when compared to Noel. But at the same time, Noel again still works as a good nuker. In this case, we actually use Noel as our main nuker and actually had Macy as a side. And Macy, believe it or not, also works as a really good side. Her SA2, which is the best strong attack in the entire game, is great for syncing up with other characters' soul bombs. And in this case, in this particular team, despite her being a ranged character and therefore she's not getting the 2 times damage buff, technically you don't want to use it as a side here, but we just did it to test it out and we were still able to get into the final wave. We didn't clear as fast, but that again may comes from the fact that Macy herself is being handicapped here by not having the 2 times range damage buff. But it's still cool that you even get to use her because she was given sharpshooter. But I did want to try a third team here. In this case, we brought Macy alongside 2 other NAD characters, that being the Safui Beyond Bankai version of Soifon and also Spirit Society version of White Ichigo. The run was very simple, and most of our damage, to be fair, did come from the Soul Bomb, but essentially what you can do here, even if you don't have a max transcended, is use our SA2 Vortex to trap the enemies in place. Pretty good chance you are going to weaken and also paralyze the enemies, and it's with that the 2 side NAD characters can just do damage to the boss without having to worry about taking damage themselves. If you use your Sobom in combination with the NAD character's normal attacks, you're able to get into the 5th wave and again clear in around 5 or so seconds. So Macy in this particular case can be used as a main with other SP characters, can be used as a main with other NAD characters, and also can be used as a side herself. She has a lot of usability in Guild Quest, and of course the runs you were seeing was her at max transcendence. I understand not everyone's going to have her at max transcendence, but lucky for her, because of her soul damage being so high, you don't actually need her max transcended to actually nuke in Guild Quests. Because on your screen right now are a few screenshots of other people in the community that actually were able to nuke with Macy, even though they maybe already have a 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, for example. The main thing you need to understand when using Macy at a lower transcendent investment is that you do want to make up for it with your 2 side characters, with them having more transcendent investment. And as of right now, the 2 most commonly used sides for this Guild Quest is 7th Anniversary Uryu and also Arpic Ichigo. If you've been playing this game for a while, you probably have Arpic Ichigo 5 out of 5. If you summoned on the Burn the Witch banner, he was there. Maybe you got him 5/5. He's worth investing in because he can be used right now as a pretty good side in Guild Quests. Anniversary Uryu, I would understand not everyone has max transcended as of yet, but going into the 8th anniversary, he will be in that banner, so he's also going to be really good if you can get dupes from there to try out this team potentially sometime in the future. But yeah, it does look like there are quite a few people out there that are taking Macy into Guild Quest, even if they don't have a max transcended, especially with level 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5 clearly seems like enough if you have a good enough team to go along with it. This, remember though, is all in the merely no affiliation Guild Quest, so this isn't even her main week, for example. And going into the range no affiliation Guild Quest, she's going to be the best character for that, even for those that don't really have a worked on account. Maybe you haven't really worked on your other characters to tackle Guild Quest content. If you haven't Macy worked on, that's probably just going to be enough to get through his particular quest. Macy is that insane. She's one of the best Guild Quest characters, and I think we demonstrated that today. If you have a 5 out of 5, she nukes through the quest very easily. If you don't know, that shouldn't stop you from using her, because if you have a good enough team, you can get a really good score while using a character like Macy that doesn't even have bombardment. With that said though, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about Macy in Guild Quest in the comments below. Are you using it in your team? I'm curious to know, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.